The highest common factor of two numbers, it is 29, and other two factors of their least common multiple are 13 and 17. Now, what is given? Let the two numbers be a comma b. What is given in the question? Read it. HCF of a comma b, it is 29. That means just now in fifth problem we discussed a concept. What is the concept? A will be 29 K1, B will be 29 K2, B will be 29 K2. What are K1 and K2? K1 and K2 are co-prime numbers. K1 and K2 are co-prime numbers. K1 and K2 are co-prime numbers. Now see what is given, and the other two factors of their least common multiple are 13 and 17. That means LCM of a comma b. LCM of 29 K1 comma 29 K2. LCM of 29 K1 comma 29 K2. 29 is common. What are K1 and K2? K1 and K2 are co-prime numbers. What is the LCM of co-prime numbers? Their product. So 29 into K1 into K2. What are K1, K2 given? K1, K2 given as 13 and 17. Other two factors are given as 13 and 17. So LCM it is 29 into 13 into 17. That means what will be the smaller number? Smaller number will take the smaller value. A is 29 into 13, B is 29 into 17. A is 29 into 13, B is 29 into 17. That means answer for this question has to be smaller number, right? A. So this will be 29 into 13. 13 9s are 170, 117. 13 2s are 26. 26 plus 11, 37. So answer for this question has to be 377. Answer for this question has to be 377. I hope the idea it is very much clear to you. I'm sure the concept is clear. Only thing you should know that HCF of two numbers 29. A will be 29 K1, B will be 29 K2. What are K1 and K2? K1 and K2 are co-primes to each other. Sixth question. I hope right idea it is clear. Now seventh one. Read this question. If the sum of two numbers it is 54, the least common multiple and highest common multiples are 84 and 6. Sum of two numbers given. Sum of two numbers given. A plus B it is 54. Okay. First line it is clear. Second one. Least common multiple and highest common multiple of these numbers. There is one concept. LCM into HCF is equivalent to product of two numbers. LCM into HCF is product of two numbers. LCM given it is 84. HCF it is 6. 84 into 6 is A into B. 84 into 6 is A into B. What is given in the question? Find the sum of the reciprocal of these numbers. A reciprocal it is 1 by A. B reciprocal it is 1 by B. Sum is 1 by A plus 1 by B. So this is A plus B by A into B. A plus B by A into B. A plus B it is 54. A into B it is 84 into 6. A plus B it is 54. A into B it is 84 into 6. 6 1s are 6 9s are. 3 3s are 328 sir. So answer for this question has to be 3 by 28. Answer for this question has to be 3 by 28. I hope the concept it is very much clear. A plus B it is 54. LCM into HCF is product of two numbers. Once you know this concept, solving the problem is easy. LCM it is 84, HCF it is 6. A into B. A into B is 84 into 6. 1 by A plus 1 by B. So this will become, right, A plus B by AB. A plus B value I know. A into B value I know. So answer is A plus B by A into B. 54 by 84 into 6. I hope this concept you should know. LCM into HCF is A into B. Next one. What is the largest number that divides 627, 15630, 3128 and leaves reminders of 2, 5 and 3 respectively? Listen carefully, sir. There are two concepts you should know. Concepts. Concept 1. Concept 1. Example I will take, then I will discuss the concept 1. 13 is there. 13 when divided by 4. 4 3s are 12. Remainder it is 1. 13 is getting divided by 4. 13 when divided by 4. 4 3s are 12. Remainder 1. So 13 can be written as 4 into 3 plus 1. 13 can be written as 4 into 3 plus 1. This 13, the number which is getting divided is called dividend. The number which is getting divided is called dividend. The number which is dividing is called divisor. Is called divisor. How many times the divisor goes in dividend? That is called as quotient. That is called as quotient. What is left over? That is called as a remainder. What is left over? That is called as a remainder. 13 is written as 4 into 3 plus 1. A number is getting divided by another number. Which is getting divided by other number. That is called dividend. Which is dividing. That is called dividend. How many times it is dividing? That is called quotient. What is left over? That is called remainder. What is left over? That is called, right, that is called remainder. Now if you see, in these concept 1, right, he will ask, divisor needs to be found out. Divisor needs to be found out. Divisor needs to be found out. Divisor needs to be found. Then we will use the concept of HCF. Then we will use the concept of HCF. Whenever this value we need to write to find out, then we will use HCF. Or another way, I will use a different color. Another way, suppose if it is concept 2. Concept 2. These are two varieties of questions. Concept 2. If a dividend needs to be found out, dividend needs to be found. Dividend needs to be found. What is a dividend? The number which is getting divided. Then we will use the concept of LCM. Then we will use the concept of LCM. If, right, the inside value which is getting divided, that we need to find out, that we will use LCM. How many times it is dividing the inside value, right? Divisor needs to be found out. Then I will use the concept of HCF. Please read the question, sir, once. Read the question once. What is the largest number that divides 627? That means, if you see, 627 is getting divided by which number? And the remainder it is 2. Which number we are finding out? Divisor we are finding out. Divisor we are finding out. Similarly, it is not only 6 to 7. It can be, right, 15630. It can be 3128. If it is, the number is dividing any of these. If it is dividing these, remainder 5. If it is dividing these, remainder 3. So, divisor we need to find out. So, therefore, answer will be HCF we need to find out. Answer is HCF of 627 minus 2. I will explain why we need to subtract 2 from 627. 15630 minus 5. 15625. 3125 minus 3. It is 3125. So n will be HCF of 627 minus 2 is 625. 15630 minus 5 is 15625. 3128 minus 3 is 3125. Now, whenever we are doing HCF, what we have to do? Smallest number. 625. 625. 5s are 3125. 625. 625 will also divide 15625. 625. 2s are 1250 and rest 5s are. So 625. This will get divided. This will get divided. So answer has to be 625. Answer has to be 625. One way is divide this value with this value. If you are getting a remainder 2, that is the answer. Divide this with this value, whatever. Since these are smaller numbers, be very, very careful. I hope it is clear. Extremely important slide question, sir. If a divisor needs to be found out, which concept I will use? HCF I will use. If a dividend needs to be found out, which concept I will use? LCM I will use. Now the question is, sir, why we need to subtract remainder from this value? See this equation. 627 will be n into some number plus 2. So nx will be 627 minus 2, 625. That means n should be a factor of 625. N should be a factor of 625. Since it is a factor, I will get HCF. Another way to look at it. 15630, it is n into y plus y. So this will be ny is equivalent to 15625. N will be a factor of 15625. N will be a factor of 15625. N should be a factor of this number, this number, this number, right? And the question is largest number. So definitely we need to use which concept? HCF we need to use. Very, very good question. Again, I am repeating this concept. Divisor we need to find out. Use HCF. Dividend we need to find out. Use the concept of LCM. Use the concept of LCM. Idea it is clear. I am sure the idea it is very much clear.